Hello, in this video we want to deal with overdraft. We want to see how to deal with overdraft within the global banking application. We'll be looking at punctual and permanent overdraft. So what we do is we right over there to the general operations menu and down to raise an overdraft transaction, and we begin with punctual overdraft. Now this brings the window, and let me remove this demo data. Now this brings us to this window where we are able to key in or able to raise the overdraft. I will begin by clicking on the new button here, telling the system that we want to initiate, want to start a new transaction, and we click on this other icon which brings us the list of the customers, and of course we are able to search in this box. And for the sake of this demo, we're going with this customer, and what we do next is to enter the amount of the overdraft right here, in the description right here, and of course the commissions and the rates are pre-programmed in the system, so they will be automatically calculated based on the amount that is given out as overdraft. And of course we have the end date, which is actually the day that this overdraft has to be paid, and this date actually depends on the number of days that have been configured, agreed by the administration of the institution and configured in the system. So in our demo, the overdraft is raised. As a matter of fact, it's been raised today, the 9th of the second month, which is just a demo, and we are here on the 9th of the 10th month. So we're going to assume that these are the dates that are valid for this overdraft, and I'm going to click on the add here, and automatically that has been added to the system, and the system user with the appropriate access right is going to validate this overdraft and make it available for the customer in his account. So that's how it is to deal with the punctual overdraft. Now, dealing with the permanent overdraft, we're going to move over here to general operations window menu right here, and down to raise an overdraft transaction, and right here we have the button permanent overdraft. Now the permanent overdraft is an overdraft that spans over a longer period of time, and that can be paid monthly to the account of the customer. So what we do is we're going to click here on the new button here to let the system know that we are beginning a new transaction, and right here we're going to also get a list of our customers and pick the customer right here, and the amount is, for instance, 75,000 francs CFA, and we're saying that this is the amount that will be paid to the customer account every month, and the description is here, and of course the commissions and the rate will be calculated as pre-programmed in the system. And now the beginning date is actually the date that the customer is supposed to start paying back the overdraft, which begins today. As a matter of fact, the date of today is actually the date that the overdraft begins, and we're going to tell the system that it, as a matter of fact, there's a pre-configured it takes actually 30 days from the day of today. As we can see here, we are on the 9th of January, the 9th of February, and it takes us to the 9th of March, telling us that in the next 30 days, the next 1 month, the overdraft the first payment should be made. And I want you to take note that if we, for instance, let's bring this down to 28, okay, 28 of this month, okay, meaning that the customer is making the first payment on the 28th. Now the customer will have to wait till this date, the 9th of next month, for the next overdraft to be placed in his account. So the fact that the first payment is made earlier doesn't mean that he can immediately or anytime before the date that it was issued go away with the next payment. So it has to be on the same date next month. So we have this, and this other date here is the date where the overdraft expires, where it ends. So we have this put together, and we click on this button to actually have it inserted in the system. And of course the user with the appropriate access right will have to click on validate in order to make the funds available in the account of the user. Once this is validated, it won't be possible. It won't be possible to delete. Now, I want you to take note here. The delete and update commands are available because the transaction has not been validated. Once it is validated, here, these other buttons become disabled, so we cannot delete or modify a transaction, an overdraft that has been validated and posted to the account of the user. Now we have this button which actually allows you to manually process, transactions that were supposed to be processed today. That is actually collect the payment from the account of the users, or accounting button, which is actually supposed to pay back, for a permanent overdraft, pay back the amount in the account of the users. Now, if you don't do this manually, at the end of the day, the system does it automatically through the end of day process. So that's it for overdraft within Global Bank. I hope this video has been helpful. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.